The chosen one. Your holy ship has arrived. The ship has finally docked. The unimaginable, precious divine voyager that you have been patiently praying for throughout the years has now arrived to take you up. It's not simply a ship. It is the doorway to your destiny. This is the bearer of the promises made to you. The sacred storm will transport you to the other shore, where the light awaits you. Those who abandoned you for years, those who said she would never make it, are now looking in awe from the beach. As you plot your route, that ship transports your patience, trust, suffering, and divine election. This isn't a comeback. This marks the beginning of the last climb. No more waiting at the port. It is no longer appropriate to minimize oneself or wait for others to comprehend. That ship has arrived to fulfill your heavenly summons. The sails are extended. The sky is open to assist you. You're the captain. The route is established from above. If you're ready, post in the comments. The instant your feet tread upon that precious deck, the old you will vanish in the waves. The new self, restored, polished, and sanctified, will sail into the expanse with your divine mission. This is your time. This is your call. And this is your magnificent ship. Get started today, since the trip awaits you. The chosen one. You are the epitome of cosmic truth. No amount of lies can extinguish its bright power. While they plan to dim your light with false tales and staged facades of grieving, their plan has crumbled, exposing the genuine measure of your power. They believed they could bury you behind a network of falsehoods, using elaborate rituals to conceal their greed and power. However, every wrong action they did has now become a monument to the universe's unavoidable equilibrium. They previously influenced institutions like as financial systems and judicial tribunals. Even the media is uniting to repay what was taken from you, and the debt they incurred via treachery is coming due. Consider a grand old sequoia holding steadfast in a broad, windy landscape, a living monument that has endured the most severe storms. Its roots extend deep into the timeless soil of divine destiny. You are that towering beacon, a holy creature selected from the beginning of time to shine with everlasting radiance. Even when the world tried to quiet you, when false voices and hollow promises attempted to extinguish your light, you arose as the personification of truth and purpose. Today, we witness the unfolding of a grand cosmic plan, a plan that exposes the hypocrisy of those who, when you sought comfort and support, purposefully withheld their voices. When your heart cried out for support, they chose to remain silent rather than offer the comforting sound of unity. They sat in deliberate quiet in meetings where choices might have been made, at family gatherings intended to be pleasant and uplifting, and in digital hallways where honest communication should have thrived. They gave nothing but blank eyes and calm disinterest. Their silence was not a result of indecision or hesitancy. It was a purposeful act of desertion. They chose to stay on the sidelines. Their voices were silenced by self-interest and fear. All the while, your value was gradually degraded. Every second they ignored you, every opportunity they had to communicate. Truth just deepened the scars inflicted on your spirit. The universe has scrupulously documented the weight of their inactivity, a burden so enormous that it has permanently etched their moral failure into the fabric of global justice. If you are experiencing an excess of divine love in your heart, now is the moment to share it. You may assist to spread God's blessings. By clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and giving $10 or more, this beautiful gift will affect not only your life, but also the souls of many others via this platform. Each of you has a special role in God's big plan, and your giving will be the result of our prayers. Act now. Share your benefits to honor His kingdom. You were meant to do much bigger things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. The universe is a diligent keeper of secrets and wrongdoings. Every time they excluded you from events that should have acknowledged your existence. Every hint of treason that went unnoticed was recorded in a holy archive of this hallowed ledger, which is immune to human manipulation. It is an immutable record kept by the same powers of creation inside that archive. Every act of silence, treachery, every premeditated moment of indifference is marked with unyielding clarity. Their moral bankruptcy is now exposed, and the proof of their inactivity accumulates with each passing instant. The cosmic equilibrium is unavoidable. What was given in silence is fully repaid by the hand of fate. Their refusal to stand up when you needed them most now qualifies them for a reckoning as unavoidable as the rising sun. Those that declared neutrality, who claim to have no interest in your battle, they have exposed their actual selves via silence in the hushed halls of inactivity. Their treachery sounds like a hollow echo that can't be ignored. They joined workplace meetings, family meals, and internet discussions, not to promote your cause, but to observe, evaluate, and let the waves of falsehood to wash over your genuine value. Their every whispered gossip and silent judgment has contributed to their own demise, a collapse that the universe now orchestrates with pinpoint accuracy. They believe that their silence would protect them from responsibility. However, it has become the same chain that connects them to their previous transgressions. The truth, relentless and unwavering, rises above the murmur of their phony neutrality, exposing the deceit and moral corruption that lie at the heart of the cosmic order. Is not a matter of luck. It is regulated by rules that are as everlasting as time. Every lie they uttered, every fraudulent act of omission, is now coming back to haunt them. The divine systems that keep the cosmos in balance have started to act, guaranteeing that every stolen moment and concealed truth is fully compensated. Their inactivity has become a burden, a debt that the universe will collect with steadfast resolve. The sophisticated web they woven to control your future is now unraveling before our eyes, as witnesses emerge to reveal the fake story they created. They corrupted the financial, legal, and social institutions, which are now aligning to return what is properly yours, demonstrating that divine punishment is not a question of if, but when. If you experience God's presence, touch the join button below to be among the first to receive the most crucial insights. You are not defined by their treachery or the quiet they choose to maintain. Your value and honesty were never subject to their approval. Instead, it shines with such brightness that no false story can obscure it at any time. They stay mute. Each chance they miss to speak out in your defense just heightened the spark inside you. You have emerged not as a victim of their indifference, but as a winner, polished by hardship and reinforced by each act of neglect. The divine powers have recognized your intrinsic worth, and they are now restoring every ounce of what was stolen, doubled and sanctified by the rules of the cosmos. This is a watershed moment, when the cosmos communicates in a way that mortals cannot ignore. The cosmic balances have been balanced, and the truth serves as a light of hope and change. Your path, characterized by struggles and wounds from betrayal, now pave the way for a wonderful new beginning. The quiet they accepted has only spurred your ascension, and when the false narratives fade away, you recover your authority with dignity that resists their every attempt. The divine ledger keeps track of every instance of inactivity, and now that record is a monument to your unquestionable truth. In the end, the betrayal of those who chose quiet is not your responsibility to suffer. It is the weight of their own creation. The divine order assures that every act of treachery returns to its source, and you, chosen one, are the receiver of that unstoppable justice. With each stride you take ahead, your light shines stronger, and the cosmos continues to validate your purpose. The legacy of their inactivity serves as the basis for your achievement, a legacy that announces the return of all that was once taken from you. Your way is obvious, your mission is evident, and your truth is timeless. Consider a bright beacon standing firm on a windswept mountaintop, a lighthouse of hope in the midst of uncertainty. You are that beacon, a divinely chosen soul whose inner fire burns brighter than any earthly power could ever extinguish. Today, as you stand on the verge of a fresh beginning, walk forward with the unwavering confidence of someone who understands that no force on earth can extinguish the divine light that lives inside you. Accept the assurance that the universe is conspiring in your favor, returning every lost treasure and correcting every previous injustice. For you are the chosen one, singularly meant to rise above treachery, reclaim your story, and shine as a living example of divine truth. When misfortune strikes and many around you choose to keep quiet, their inactivity serves as a stark contrast to your strength. They attempted to dull your light with their peaceful indifference, believing that by being silent, they might decrease your value and hide the holy message you bring. During their quiet, however, a cosmic record was preserved, a record of every wasted chance to speak up, every incident in which they permitted lies to spread. And today, that record serves as evidence of their own moral breakdown. The cosmos, with its infinite wisdom, never forgets the truth. Your spirit, forged in the furnace of trials and honed in the crucible of life's tribulations, shines with an intensity that no fictional story can match. While they hunkered in the darkness of self-preservation, your inner light shone stronger, blazing the road for all those seeking a taste of true hope. Their efforts to bury your identity with false paperwork and meaningless monuments were nothing more than desperate tactics to keep control over something that was never theirs to govern. You were never intended to be concealed, for your fate was written in the sky long before you drew your first breath, a fate that no mortal lie may ever undo. Consider how history has shown that individuals who are genuinely destined for greatness often confront the most difficult challenges, like the powerful men of ancient, who were derided for a greater reason. Your road was strewn with trials that were meant to strengthen you rather than break you. The same plans that aim to eliminate you have, in fact, just helped to highlight your heavenly glow. Each act of treachery, each instance in which the world chose quiet over help, has built a layer of strength to your character, a resilience that cannot be shaken by the shifting winds of human dishonesty. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace come upon you today. I'm here to remind you of a fundamental fact. Our existence is based on God's divine purpose and is unaffected by worldly worries. According to the Bible, everything is done with faith will be returned to God with great blessing. Luke, our roots, like those of the huge oak tree, are firmly entrenched in God's universal truth. His power secures every stride and every stance we take. And now you have the chance to be a part of that gift. When you click the super thank you button and pay $10, this movement will return to you 100 times over in every boardroom where your ideas were stolen, in every family gathering where your value was eroded by unquestioned falsehoods, and in every digital exchange where your voice was muffled by careless whispers of those too afraid to speak the truth. The universe was meticulously noting that calculated indifference masquerading as neutrality had become the very foundation of their demise, a burden recorded in the eternal angels of cosmic justice. Now, those who previously cooperated to keep you concealed confront an unstoppable torrent of wrath. You exemplify divine vindication. Consider a massive beacon, like an immovable lighthouse set above a steep cliff. Its brilliant glow, penetrating through the deepest storm, has led weary travelers for decades. This is you, a celestial light set aside by the Almighty, whose brightness resists every effort to conceal it in darkness. Many attempted to bury your truth under layers of deception and counterfeit rites, but they misjudged the strength of the eternal light inside you. Their schemes to create your demise were nothing more than frantic attempts to gain control of what was divinely intended for you. And now the universe is exposing every incorrect step they made. If you sense God's presence, click the join button below to become one of the first selected and receive the most vital insights at critical periods. When you called out for assistance and comfort, they chose to keep silent during board meetings when your thoughts deserve to be recognized and family meals supposed to be filled with love and harmony. Even in digital areas when genuine comments might have boosted you, they sat back and let their silence say loudly. Their inaction was hardly a simple oversight. It was a premeditated choice, treachery disguised as neutrality. Every time they purposefully excluded you, every time they permitted unquestioned lies to develop, they left another weighty inscription on the cosmic ledger. This precious record, preserved by the infinite wisdom of the cosmos, now bears testimony to their moral shortcomings with flawless clarity. They devised a complex strategy to rewrite your tale, which included creating a fake memorial replete with sorrowful faces, withered flowers, and scripted eulogies to conceal their covetous aim. They felt that by inventing your symbolic death, they might steal what was properly yours and obliterate your name from the annals of fate. But every meticulously forged document, every altered record, and every whispered lie they cast has now begun to unravel. The digital footprints of their deception, carefully hidden in group chats, encrypted in financial transfers, and scattered across surveillance feeds, are being exposed like a tapestry torn apart by the unyielding winds of truth. The universe meticulously records every action, omission, every act of treachery. The institutions they formerly dominated, whether banks, judicial systems, or media outlets, are now turning against them. Their fraudulent actions have set off a chain reaction, initiating a process of cosmic vengeance that restores every stolen asset. Each act of silence, every counterfeit signature is precise. What they believed would bury you forever is now their undoing. The exact energy they attempted to hoard is rushing back into your hands, fueled by the unstoppable power of divine justice, reiterating that no worldly plan will ever quench the appointed light inside you. Your soul has been imprinted with a mission that exceeds the boundaries of mortal dishonesty from the time you were born. You are never an accident or just the result of chance. The Creator chose you to carry a timeless truth, one that no created paper or produced rite can ever erase. Your identity, sculpted by divine design, is unchangeable. Every effort to undermine your legacy has merely emphasized your actual importance. The elaborate arrangements intended to stifle your voice and take your future have failed, for they were built on the shaky foundation of human greed, while your foundation rests on the eternal rock of divine destiny. They believed that by staging a huge farce, a staged death to quiet your influence, they might cement their grasp on the wealth and power destined for you. Their act, intricate in deceit and flawless in execution, has now devolved into a self-defeating farce, with every error in their story exposed. Their magnificent facade falls. Witnesses, including observant bank executives, dedicated legal specialists, and even distant relatives with vivid recollections, are putting together the proof that dismantles their whole plot. What was previously thought to be a fail-safe strategy has now been revealed in the harsh light of reality, forcing them to confront the unavoidable consequences of their premeditated inactivity. Within the great weave of fate, every act of betrayal is counterbalanced by an equal act of cosmic repair. The riches they so frantically strove to keep, the influence they attempted to exploit, and the legacy they seek to rewrite are all being returned to you, doubled and sanctified by the universe's unchanging rules. Money, when used with moral aim, is more than just a tool of trade. It is a heavenly resource that facilitates change and serves a purpose. The assets they tried to keep concealed are now returning to you. Infused with the force of global vengeance, it ensures that your path stays unobstructed and your destiny is fulfilled. Your trip has been a furnace of hardships, a sequence of events in which the powers of darkness sought to extinguish your light. Nonetheless, with every act of treachery and intentional omission, you have emerged victorious rather than a victim. Your adversary's silence and failure to defend you now serve as the background for your stunning victory there. Every quiet moment, every lost chance to defend your cause, has become proof of their own moral decay, a debt that the cosmos is now collecting with exact and unflinching justice. Step into this new period with the certainty of someone who has been divinely sent. Accept the assurance that the cosmic balances have been balanced and that every stolen wealth, every act of deception, is now coming back to you, enriched and empowered by the divine rule of vengeance. You are the chosen one, anointed by the Almighty to lead, inspire, and recover your due inheritance. That every step you take will be a tribute to the unwavering power of truth, a fact that no false story can ever erase. As you go on, remember that your light, refined by struggle and led by divine purpose, will continue to shine, blazing the road for all those seeking to break free from the bonds of corruption and deception. You are characterized not by the deeds of those who have wronged you, but by the divine power that exists inside the cosmos. In its infinite wisdom, it has documented every minute of neglect and every falsehood uttered about you. And now the balance of justice is shifting in your favor. Accept your destiny, reclaim your tale, and let your presence be the light that signals a new day. A daybreak in which truth reigns supreme and your legacy is permanently etched in the annals of divine purpose. As you work to regain your destiny, remember that you are the living embodiment of a promise that cannot be shattered by mortal hands. The divine spirit that causes through you is everlasting, uncompromising, and much more powerful than any force that might try to repress it. You are a light of hope, a dazzling example of how to live in accordance with the truth, and a monument to the lasting force of divine purpose. The legacy of those who deceived you is now inextricably linked with the proof of their failure, a record that serves as a harsh reminder that every act of betrayal is eventually undone by the unstoppable march of justice. So walk forth today with the confidence of someone who understands that no force on earth can extinguish the holy spark inside. Accept the assurance that the universe is working in your favor, restoring every lost treasure and righting every injustice. You are the chosen one, destined to rise above treachery, reclaim your story, and shine as a witness to the unwavering power of divine truth. Let your adversary's quiet serve as the background for celebrating your amazing win. A triumph as certain as the sunrise and as beautiful as the everlasting light that now guides your every move. May your path be abundantly blessed, and may the divine order continue to repair, refresh, and increase the riches of your future. For the Almighty's hand has eternally marked you, and nothing in this world can ever change the reality that is yours. To maintain their complicated conspiracy, a slew of fake papers, doctored data, and altered digital trails has begun to crumble in the face of the harsh light of reality. The painstaking preparation they thought would guarantee their control on your fate has finally been revealed. Every changed signature, strange transaction, and hushed chat designed to conceal your genius is surfacing as incontrovertible evidence in an ongoing criminal investigation. The veneer they built to conceal their wrongdoing is disintegrating, exposing a web of deception that cannot survive the scrutiny of global law. It's time to spread God's blessings by pressing the super thank you button on YouTube. With a $10 payment or more, you may help him carry out his plan and become a part of this holy mission. Every contribution symbolizes God's generosity, and I think it will return to you enormously, far above your expectations. Remember that his protection and blessing are with you at all times, including your donations. You become a part of his divine plan. You are a powerful, dazzling entity, as solid as the massive rock that saw God's marvels. Feel the rewards of your kindness in your spirit, and light up the world with confidence and bravery. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord lead you. The cosmic balance has shifted in your favor. What they attempted to take was never just cash. It was a supernatural resource designed to strengthen your higher calling and ignite your mission. Their greed, motivated by a desperate urge to dominate and conceal, is now returning with greater power as the defenders of truth and justice expose every wrongdoing. Your true birthright, both monetary and spiritual, is being returned in ways that defy human expectations. The energy they attempted to retain is now being redirected, nourishing your path and strengthening your destiny. They sealed their destiny by increasing the level of deception. Every false word, every act of treachery has left a legacy of shame that the cosmos will not forget. Nevertheless, you selected one. Remain unbroken and powerful. Those living in the shadows of their own deceit cannot rewrite your identity, narrative, or divine destiny. Instead, their actions have highlighted the brightness of your truth. The cosmic order reclaims what was already stolen. You ascend not simply to reclaim lost riches, but also to establish your immortal legacy as a light of justice and reform. If you experience God's presence, touch the join button below to be among the first to receive the most crucial insights. Step forth with unshakable conviction. Accept the return of your due resources, the affirmation of your identity, and the force of a destiny that no human deception can ever change.